And scene.
And scene. Now I can't stop cheesing. Hey guys, it's nickolebd. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, I'm a serial entrepreneur that likes to have fun. This is my good friend Devon. Hey Devon.
Hi. Hi. Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey guys.
Got you in the cut. Goddamn. Never. Hey y'all, what's up? Got you in the cut. Goddamn. No, that shit is old as hell. Nicole.
No, I don't know that.
I wish you guys could audibly hear her scratching her head because she does not know.
Yeah, I know. You would be taking my black card. But anyways, no, for real. Should I not said that? I'm so new to this. But new to TikTok too, because that's why I asked if it was a TikTok.
I'm new to it too, because I went the whole penny without downloading it.
YouTube is probably going to get to know how bad my memory is. Because I'm like, what was I talking about? So, as you can tell from the title, today we're going to be talking about what it's like being a creative. Being that we're both creatives, I felt like it would be best to ask Devon to come and talk to me about it because we'd be having so in-depth conversations.
For like 5 years, 6 years.
Forever, literally. Ever since we knew each other back in high school already before. Literally. Like, yeah, because we lived in the same neighborhood, but you didn't live, no.
I feel like I met you, we locked in senior year because
Where'd you live before here?
I think I started here.
For real?
I started here. I started in this complex. You moved into my complex, actually. I lived on this road, and then when you moved in, I was at the apartments over there, and then I moved back to these houses over here. Because y'all we is not niggas, you're not gonna pull up on us. No.
Yeah, no, at all. Like, I forgot we were recording.
We're here talking about my location. You don't even need to know there's an apartment complex near me. It's cool.
No. What apartment? What? No, we said keeping a neighborhood in the suburbs. By lake. I have a list of questions that you don't know about.
I don't.
And it's not even like that. I could just be like real cool about it. But like I just wanted to, put it out there that I have a list of questions. Alright.
I literally can't stop smiling because when I say I have no idea what she's gonna ask me, so.
And don't feel interrogated. These are like
I don't, but I'm so excited. No one gets to ask me questions. I don't answer anyone. I don't really talk to people about myself. I more listen than talk about myself. So no one gets the opportunity to ask questions. So like,
I be doing both, but I like being asked questions.
I like when people ask me questions with substance. Don't ask me what you're doing, like the same 5 questions. So I really tend to not talk to many people my age or stuff because they don't ask substantial questions. Yeah. We've always had substantial conversation, and that's how we've been friends for years. So yeah, I'm excited. You always ask really good questions too. So.
Yeah, you can see I got the paragraphs going on.
They cannot push the camera today. They cannot see that.
They're not gonna see that. I definitely want to see that. Okay, so first question. What are you doing?
Right now?
Yeah.
At this very present moment?
Yes.
I'm doing this.
You didn't catch on. No, whatever. Alright, because you said like I like substantial conversation. I like West.
And I literally just started to not. But I felt like because she always has a reason, so I thought she had a reason. I trusted you.
No, but okay. So like I mentioned before, it's gonna be in the title. What is being a creative to you?
I've never really understood the term in necessary ways of society of like being a creative because I feel like the word is so thrown out nowadays. Like anyone who creates anything is a creative. Like, and I feel like we all aspire to be a creative and fit that aesthetic of being a creative. But I guess as I've begun to immerse myself into this creative culture, to me as a creative, I believe it is anyone who produces art in any way, shape, or form. There's something, it's an intro into a song, and it's called Only the Poets. And by the poets, it's only the poets, by which I mean all artists. And to that's the only thing I could correlate being a creative to. So anyone who can transcribe the human experience into art, no matter how you do it, that's a creative to me.
Okay. That's deep. Because I was like low-key thinking about that today. Because I'm like, I feel like people can be creative in their own ways without it being artistic. If that makes sense. But it's
all art, but life imitates art. In what
Right.
way would it not be art?
Okay, so then that's like a good statement to kind
Because
of.
I could see math as art to me. Math might be a way for you to show what's happening in the real world for
But
somebody.
They used a form of art to
writing is art. Letters are
translate the
art.
math, you know?
Yeah. So
geometry.
literally. So I think it's all creating any type of substance is all art to me if I look at it that way.
Yeah, no. So you said being able to really like immerse yourself.
For me, immersing myself into the current culture of what a creative is, because at one point the word was just like thrown by me because I didn't consider what I did as creating anything. A creative to me was like a content creator, or someone who puts the things that they do together in a nice aesthetic way to please people, or somebody who shares what they do. I never took into consideration that I was a creative because I didn't share anything I did. I did it by myself and for myself. So I took creating as like sharing. And immersing myself into understanding it now. I am a creative. Yes, I share it now, but I was always a creative even before I shared it with anybody.
So what traits as a creative do you possess that you feel like the other person doesn't have?
A non-creative person?
A non-creative person.
I'm present and I'm aware.
Present and aware, right? Yeah, I like that. Because I'm an observant person too, so I feel like just because my mind is opened up to different things, I keep different things.
And there's different ways to experience life, so it's just like, it's like the more music you listen to, the more music you can create in your head. And there's also people that can't like imagine certain things. They can't imagine color. They can't imagine moving picture. They can't imagine sound in their brain. I guess that might separate me from them because I can have a whole movie going on in my brain, and therefore I'm able to create it out of my brain as well.
Right. So being a creator and being an artist in general, I feel as if my head can be all over the place sometimes because I'm thinking about a lot. My mind is always trying to produce.
Mm. Mm.
Do you feel the same?
I feel like that comes more outside of just me being a I feel like more than a creator, I'm a producer. I believe in producing results at all times. So I always feel like I should be working to produce results instead of me just creating for the hell of creating. So I feel like it's a separate thing for me. As a creative, I'm fully satisfied in my work at all times because I'm in the process of creating. As a producer, when is the job going to be done? Like, can I have it? I am looking at myself as my own consumer and saying, when can I have the finished product? And that's why I always feel like I always have to be doing something because I always have to be finishing something.
And are you heavily criticizing yourself as producing?
100%. I grew up in a certain environment that made me a very self-critiquing person. I critique my every move, all of it, outside of art, inclusive of art, all of it.
Yeah. As myself, I just feel like I could always be better. I feel like there's always room to grow. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm not satisfied with this. But over time, once I look back from, let's just say, from now till March of this year, I could just see the progression, whether it's like my time or the whatever product I'm for nails, for instance, acrylics. That's what I think of. If the nails get better and better over time, they definitely did. I was just talking to one of my friends about that, and I was telling her, yo, when I did your nails, the first time when I was learning back in August before I even went to school.
What'd you say, chop shop?
I wouldn't even let that in the chop shop. I would not even let that in the chop shop.
I feel the same. I literally, and I think you know what that comes from? I think that comes from us having such high standards for ourselves. Because two things, yes, us having high standards of us being able to look back at it. And the second thing is you saying there's not able to be progress if there's not a ground zero. But as perfectionist people, we're always like, our ground zero to us, my ground zero cannot be your ground zero because that ground zero I could do better. And not even in a judgmental way, but I know myself and I know I can do better.
Standards, yeah.
But the conversation that you and I had the other day was very substantial to me because there's a statement by this man, Sadhguru, and he said, or somebody, a monk, somebody, they said that silence is just as important as sound. Sound cannot exist without silence. For a sound to be created, a vibration has to stop for you to hear it. And when you were talking to me the other day about like us taking time to stop and look behind us at what has been done, I think especially for people like you and I, as well as everyone in general, that is extremely important, because you're never going to stop going, because you're never going to think you've done enough. But it's just like, if you're consistently working, which you pointed out to me, like whether it's inconsistent or not, like you are still consistently going forward with your work, you're going to get better, and you're still doing something to bring yourself closer to getting better. Literally. It's like, I can see it right now. And this is for me, I'm a 20-something-year-old, like an early 20-something-year-old. Every day I learn something new about something better way to do something that I'm doing, like all the time. So it's like, I even feel like in regards to me being insatiable, there's always going to be a better way to do what I'm doing. So I have to be content with the fact that I am doing my best at the present moment, and maybe tomorrow's best will be better than yesterday's best, but it was my best at that moment. It may not be the best, but it was my best. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's all you can do. Yeah. To be satisfied.
No, really off topic, but I had seen this TikTok today. This TikToker, I forgot her name. It's like Brooke Hall or something. Ashley Brooke Hall or something. And she's married and she has 3 boys. And you know I love boys. Like, I want to have boys so bad. And I just, you know, I'm not, you know, judging her marriage or anything. I don't know what is, you know, really behind. Yeah, but from what they make it seem like, they're a really hardworking couple and like marriage and stuff like that. And you know, they work together as a team, and their kids are homeschooled. Like, I really like that fact.
Ultimate goal, yeah.
Very ultimate goal. But their family is so tight, close knit that, you know, they're being attentive to their kids. They have a schedule going. Like, they're very present.
Sounds like a team.
Like a team, right? And I really like that, and I admire that for a family. Like, I just wanted to put that out there. But
I as well, because I aspire to spend a lot of time with my children, like a lot of fundamental time, and make my life work with them, not around them, not despite them, not because of them. They are incorporated into my everyday life.
All of us to be able to depend on each other, and we're there for each other.
Heavy on depending.
Yeah, like we're family. We live together. Like, I want us to be a unit.
Unit? Sorry. But absolutely, I believe in that, because I also come from like just a huge family that's spread out in a whole bunch of little pieces, and I just want my own family because I want to do right by people, and I want people that I can depend on to do right by me. So yes, I agree wholeheartedly, even though that was off topic, y'all, but that's how we want our family unit, strong.
Exactly. My next question is, doing all this producing and criticizing yourself and feeling like you're not all the way there, we get, you know, in our lows, right? You know, we over criticize ourselves and we feel like, wow, we're in a slump. I feel like I'm not where I need to be, and I feel like I should be further. It's been like a year, How do you get out of those tough times? Like, what gets you remotivated when you're discouraged, or you just feel, what sparks what's going to get your inspiration going? What's going to inspire you?
A couple things. I have this list written down because I deal with depression. Like, I want to say chronic depression because it's constant. So a lot of things can get me very low because my lows are extremely low. And so I have this list in my journal, a list of things that feed my soul. That's literally what it's called. And it's because when I'm in these low moments, I need things that literally feed my soul and give me energy. And I have to practice 2 things. One is pouring into myself, because the more I pour into myself, the more I have to draw from. And if I keep pouring into other spaces, then I don't have anything in myself to keep giving, or to even give myself. To do the act of pouring into myself, it doesn't necessarily have to be coming from me, but socializing with friends who I know understand how I feel, going out into places that inspire me, looking back at previous things that inspired me that I have accomplished. Sometimes getting encouraging words from people, which is crazy because I've never really looked for words of encouragement from people, but I don't know, I remember this year I was really, really low in like April. I had stopped posting pictures because I take pictures. I had stopped posting them. I wanted to delete a lot of them because I didn't like the quality of my work, and I had just not been editing anything for like a month. Random guy I met at a party like a month and a half before, I had taken his picture, and a month and a half later I see this random picture in my gallery. I really liked it, so I'm like, I'm just going to edit this one from the party, only this one. And then I send it to him, some random guy I met at a party. He texts me and he's just like, yo, this is really, really good. Thank you so much. And I was just, something about a stranger being grateful for me having to offer my best self and not coming super critical at my consistent work. Or, and I know that can be based off of the fact that they have lower standards or different standards, but it's just like, it doesn't matter about people's standards. Somebody's grateful for what you have to produce and you put your best into it. You can't give any better than you have right now. Tomorrow, maybe you'll learn how to do it better. I remember that day after I talked to him, I edited the party's whole photo shoot. Like, I just got so inspired, and stuff like that happened to me to re-motivate me. And also me working on things that maybe at the present time I didn't necessarily see the vision for, but coming full circle and seeing vision will let me put my foot back into it. Yeah.
What's the best advice you ever gave somebody?
I want to say the 4 agreements. Always do your best. Don't take anything personal. Don't make any assumptions, and be impeccable with your word. I believe I just did them backwards, but it doesn't matter. If you take those into consideration with every action and decision that you make, then you should be fine, and that's it. That would take a lot of description from me right now. So the book is by Don Miguel Ruiz. If you ever want to read it, it's amazing.
That's a very great piece of advice. I would say.
Each of them go hand in hand with each other. Say you're having a horrible day because you make yourself have a horrible day. If we're being transparent, no one can make you feel anything besides you. Yeah. You can disagree with me if you would like to. I'm open to it. I'm not trying to argue with you either. I just would like to disagree with you and we can talk. I love talking to people who I disagree with because how am I going to broaden my spectrum of understanding? Okay, say, it gets me very upset when people come up late to things. And so Nicole and I are supposed to meet today for this. Nicole comes an hour and a half late. She didn't communicate with me and let me know what it was. And a couple things. I could have assumed something bad happened to her, or she neglected my emotions and I could have made myself angry. I could have taken it personally that she came late and we had a time set together. And I could have not communicated with her and said anything at all about how I felt, and I would not have understood anything. And I feel like not doing any of those 3 things would not be doing my best, because those are better than what I'm doing right now. I know better. So they're a part of my best. So if I don't make any assumptions and I am impeccable with my word and I communicate with her and ask her what the issue is, then I won't have to even get to the point where I would take it personally, because I know where she's coming from. And no matter what it is, anything that she does to me is a reflection of herself, not me. It's her. So I shouldn't take it personally.
So what if I showed up late, but I was telling you?
Then all of that gets squashed because I'm being impeccable with my word. I could just talk to you, and I don't even have to go through the rest of the steps.
But you would still feel some type of way.
If I follow my 4 agreements, then I won't, because I won't take it personally. Why would I feel any type of way if I'm not taking it personally? I'm not saying I'm perfect at that. I'm just saying that's my guide, because when I am having these emotions where I do take it personally, I'm just like, I think back to the chapter that I read on not taking things personally and why I agree with it the way I did and why I feel like that's the way I should react. And I take that into consideration into things. That's what I do.
For some reason, I thought you had ear piercings.
I do. I don't got no earrings though. I got 3 on this ear and I have 3 on this ear. One is done. One has a earring.
That's what I thought.
But, child.
Girl.
They don't close up though, so I mean, hey.
This is embarrassing, but I haven't got this piercing changed since I got it.
Neither have I with this one. I wash it though, it's clean.
Yeah, I wash it clean, but I just want a new piercing.
Me too.
A cute.
Now that you say that, I'm gonna get some earrings tomorrow.
Do you like the questions so far?
Mm-hmm.
Are they good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm that girl. Hey, you trying to freestyle?
No.
Show off your braids.
Oh.
I think they're cute. Not your braids, your locks. I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
There are braids underneath them, so I mean, I guess it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
Here by me. I like to say 5'10", but no one believes me.
Hello.
Get into it. Clean parts. But
done by yours truly.
Yes, here by Gawdtings.
Gawdtings. Love it. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
It wouldn't be a one place thing. I don't know.
That was a bad question for you because you.
I'm in my nomad phase. Yeah, literally, I don't got no kids. I don't got no man. I don't got no woman.
I feel like doing that is such a different lifestyle for some people. Some people would really just like to be in one place and just are very comfortable with being comfortable.
Well, on the other end of that spectrum, I'm very comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that can be unsettling for some people as well, because you can look at it as an erratic thing. And it's kind of just how I was raised. I moved around a lot as I was growing up, and I could have, because right now I definitely would move to Colombia. That's one of my places. Colombia, some country in Africa. No, well, I've done so much research about Colombia, but like,
it's really inexpensive to go.
It's so affordable to go. Like, it is so affordable. It's the flight, but
the flight.
I can get the tickets for some affordable prices because of the way that I budget.
Oh, but like honestly though, they be like $300. Like I seen some.
Capiana. What city though? Because I want to go to Medellin. What is it? Bogota, Cali, Cartagena. That is one of the biggest cities there. It's really nice. I would go to Cartagena, but I don't like tourist stuff. Mm-hmm. I want to be in the Bronx. Like if I go to New York, I gotta go to the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I
feel. So Cali's probably not seeing me. Cartagena's not as, you know what I'm saying, as up there. Where I would move, I'm a nomad. I don't have an idea. What about you?
Where would I move? Where would I move? You know where I would move? You know where I thought of moving if it would be out the country? Well, first, Spain. Because I love, like, Spanish culture. Like, I just love it. And then I really want to learn Spanish.
Teach yourself.
I could. And honestly, I've held on to a good few Spanish words since high school because that took 3 years of Spanish.
Y'all, that did not work for me.
I loved Spanish.
I love it too. I still speak Spanish pretty well, but I've worked in a restaurant since I was 16 and I've had like 3 Spanish best friends, so I know Spanish music and Spanish words, but that's also one of the reasons I want to go to Colombia, just like I want to go to Germany because speaking German and stuff like that.
Right, I was going to ask you about Germany.
What about it?
Didn't you still want to go?
Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm glad I got to see you because you know I've been seeing you for like a year or two.
It's really cold and I'm really scared about it, so I don't know. But yeah, the cold takes a lot out of me and I have anemia, so and mind y'all, I did not know that. I grew up in a tropical climate. I never knew I had anemia. I never had to deal with that. So I'm getting adjusted to that. I probably just gotta buy like a lot of expensive winter clothes.
A heated blanket. I'm gonna get that as your departing gift. A heated blanket, girl.
I have one weighted blanket and it's only 5 pounds, and that shit saved my life. The heated one would probably turn me up, cause y'all.
Girl, you literally plug it in. Savannah put me on. Credits to Savannah, but she put me on. You plug it in, and then you literally put it on. Girl, that shit. I gotta get one of those.
I have a pregnancy pillow too. Shout out to my friends for getting that for me.
Not just shouting out everybody.
No, because we can't be ungrateful. Gotta give people their credits.
Gotta put the credit where it's due.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, sleeping cozy is extremely important to me. Mm-hmm. What next?
What was my second place that I wanted to live? Spain and Dominican Republic.
They be attacking us in DR, child.
What?
They be kidnapping black people and killing them. What is he talking about?
Really?
Yes.
Can you see a finished product or composition before it's done?
Yes, I tend to. Unfortunately, I am at an underdeveloped part of my creativity where sometimes I'll see it without knowing. Like, certain things have to fall into place, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I saw this the whole time. So I'm starting to just sit down and meditate more upon the fact that, like, and I don't necessarily mean meditate like a woman, but like sit down and really give consideration to the thoughts that are in my head, because sometimes I dream about things like before they even come to fruition, and if I paid attention to my dreams more, I feel like I would be able to set the tone for my reality a little bit.
Come over here. Big booty. Big booty. I have one more question. What advice would you tell your younger self?
I don't have anything. I'm still putting the pieces together in my life right now. So.
Oh my gosh, so dramatic.
No, I'm so serious. You know, when somebody says that statement, you would think like, what do you tell yourself when you're crying and you feel like you just don't have all the right decisions? But that's still me, still crying, still feeling like I'm not making all the right decisions.
What would you tell your younger self so far? Like if you have like a little cousin or something, or your siblings, like your younger siblings.
What do I do and what do I tell them?
Like, is somebody looking up to you, like, you know, admires you? Because, okay, for me, like, for instance, my cousins, always have your own back, whether that's regards to, like, your word, being stable, you know what I mean? Like, always have your own back and always, like, trust yourself And also, don't try to make other people happy. I feel like that's one of my biggest lessons.
I will take that one because everything else you said, I've already been doing that my whole life. I kind of raised myself, so it's like I've always been talking to myself and telling myself the things to do.
It's like as far as having your own back, as far as like, you know, stand up for yourself and like always be there for yourself in a way. Like some people don't do that. Like some young people don't do that. You know what I mean? They don't know how to do that.
I think it's because I'm still struggling with it. It's stuff I still have to tell myself, like, yo, stand on everything you do and everything you say. And when I mean stand on it, I don't necessarily just mean keep your word. I really mean, like, if you're gonna do it with conviction. Growing up, that's one thing I would probably say I lacked. Doing things with conviction in regards to doing shit with my chest, like really doing things, like standing up for myself, like, you feel me, like you said, having my own back and not trying to people please. But at the same time, all of what I have been is what made me who I am today. And I just personally feel like all the lessons that I have learned through this life happened in divine timing, because a lot of the pain I've gone through has come with amazing things, like learning good sad music, like reading a whole bunch of books when I was in a low place, like depending on people and watching them fail me at a young age has taught me to be so independent and not depend on nobody for shit. So it's kind of just like everything definitely happens for a reason. So I guess what I would just tell myself is just keep watching the cards play out.
You know how I got better at talking to people and kind of just voicing my opinions, my feelings and stuff, and doing stuff like this? I had to work on my throat chakra like heavy.
2020 to 2021, yo.
Yes.
3 months I only wore blue.
Gosh.
I wore lapis lazuli
like,
and blue agate, like because I used to make a vision board. I still do intermittently. My laptop is broken right now. Every month with certain things that I want to focus on, heal, pay attention to. It takes time for you to really shut up in those times and see what would I say best in these moments, instead of just like, cause sometimes you'll just like say things off top, you know, and then it's like, damn, I could have said something better. Or knowing the real me, this is what I would really say, and listening to yourself more genuinely tells you what you want to portray to other people genuinely, and not what they want to hear. But like throat chakra work and root chakra work, I want to say those are my first, because standing on shit, being based, being grounded, and being able to transmute that through my words and to really communicate with people, effectively communicate through listening and speaking, like, and using words that have what I have to say clearly throughout them. Like, that was major work for me. 20?
I want to say I was like 19, 20. It was when I colored my hair red.
My hair was red too.
I had changed. Girl, that's crazy.
I swear I dyed my whole head red the month before.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Because I changed my hair color because I was like, I need to do something different. I just need to look different for a second. I need like to just change my identity for like 2 seconds. It's something that I just did spontaneously.
And I gotta stick to it, because you're gonna see me tomorrow and I'm gonna explain, like, my hair is a different color. And the funny thing is, I didn't make the connection, but the day I dyed my hair completely red was Halloween. I was supposed to go to this party, and I got upset that day at my friends, or a friend. And that was one of the first times, I want to say, that triggered the chain reaction of things that I'm still currently working on, which is like, when people do shitty shit, they get shitty responses. And because I've always been such a people pleaser, I've never given people shitty responses to the shitty shit they've done. I suck it up and I kind of keep it pee when I talk to you about it. Like, I try and maintain my composure. But that was one of the first days that someone pissed me off, and I literally called them and I blanked. Like, I haven't blanked in such a long time because I have siblings. So, like, I argue enough at home. I don't really like to argue with people. But that day I literally was just like, you have pissed me off. Like, and I want to say that created a snowball effect of me really picking up how I feel and communicating with other people. I learned that we are only responsible for the things that we say up until the tips of our fingers. How you interpret it is up to you. I'm not saying to just go and say hurtful things. Also, another book by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's called Mastery of Self. It's not about like trying to hurt people, but it's just at the end of the day, if I walk up to you, Nicole, and I'm like, Nicole, your hair looks nice today. I have good intentions, but if you receive that as, what does that mean? My hair looks bad every other day. I don't have time to argue with you. Like, you can take that wherever you want to take it. I'm not even going to judge you for it. I don't know what type of day you've had, but honestly, I only have compassion for you, and genuinely, I don't care. Like, if you want to take that out on me, you got it. I feel like I forgot. That's it. Damn. Oh, well, it was a good thought there.
The camera keeps dying, y'all. The camera dies here and there, but we tried our best to keep following up, and you're not even high. It's okay. At least you're keeping up with your word. Woo! Yeah.
I've really progressed in life when it comes to really people making me feel some type of way, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am an emotional being. And I don't
Scorpio?
with a Cancer moon and a Pisces moon and a Cancer rising. Literally all waters.
I have a Scorpio rising and a Cancer moon.
Whew. That's probably why we could get along, because me and Taurus be really ready to go at it, bro. Because we be good until we're not, and then when we're not, like, they really just, we don't know how to handle conflict with one another. I shut down and leave y'all alone, and y'all want to keep going with me.
I be shutting down though. Like, I think me with Scorpios, like you say, just keep going. I be trying to resolve it.
I either try and resolve it with you, and if I feel like it gets to a point where I no longer want to do this, because Tauruses are very headstrong.
We're grounded, and we're like, you know, we're just like, okay, come on, like, it's stubborn, like, we're gonna keep coming.
And for me, babe,
and we're polar opposite.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm not giving you all of that energy, especially now that I'm working on not being a people pleaser. Babe, argue with yourself. One thing I'm gonna let a Taurus do is argue with herself. Like, being such an emotionally fluid person, I am allowed to have a really happy day, cuss you clean the fuck out, and go about my day. But cussing people out drains a lot of energy out of me.
It does.
And I can't do that, especially with people I love, because once I go there with you, I'm going to say some hurtful shit, and I cannot go back on that, because I stand on everything that I say, and if I ever say anything, it's because I mean it.
I'm glad we have that in common.
Yeah, no problem. No, I swear. Because you cannot tell me you said something by accident. Don't tell me that.
Or you can say that you said something and then trying to downplay on what you said, saying...
You said it. That's cool. But don't tell me you didn't say it. You said it.
I'll move accordingly.
Cool. Like, and that's me and you will just literally be like, copy. Like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's been at least 3 Taurus women who it's like, we don't ever understand why one another is completely upset. And I try my best to communicate like twice. And because you guys are people that tend to like you said, so grounded and so strong in how you feel like I should feel the same way you feel. And for me, it's not the sense of I will ever feel the way you feel. I can understand how you feel. I can empathize with what you're feeling. But that does not mean I agree with what you're feeling. And that part gets Tauruses confused, because, bitch, you're either on my page or you're not on my page. And for me, I'm on your page or I'm not on your page. I'm going to get the fuck off, because I know you're going to keep going. Like, and then I'm wrong for that.
Yeah.
I don't care how long we're friends. I don't care how long we have, like, how short we've been friends. I don't care. If it requires a lot of stress out of me, I'm very specific who I allow stress from. And the people I do, I allow a lot. So the people I don't, I got to.
Look at Devon's camera.
Oh! This is my camera. I call her Eins. It means one in German. And it's called the Canon AE1. My very first film camera. It's the film version of digital camera. I also have a digital camera like Nicole's, but I'm in my film bag right now. We love the
production thing, okay? We love the umbrella with the light.
Oh, we really came together for this video, guys. So I brought the light. And Nicole brought the umbrella for the light that you will see photographers use to reflect the light to a specific space. She brought her tripod and her digital camera. I got some film shots today of cool things. I just feel like we truly collaborated, and that's how I feel like we are as creatives and creative friends, because this is one person that I have been able to call for years with any idea that I have. And not necessarily is she a yes man, but she's very much somebody who trusts my process enough to always gear me in my direction. Not the right direction for anyone else, but the direction she sees that I want to go in. She questions me to make sure that my intentions are where I claim them to be. Unbeknownst to a person, she does that. Like, she'll test you to make sure you know what you really want to do, and you'll catch yourself while talking to her realizing, damn, I really don't know. And she won't tell you to fix it, but I mean, just the way she acts and presents the question in a genuine way that cares will really make you realize that you should reposition your grounding. We'll share things that we're working on, and it'll be so random over the course of our friendship for years. Like, random DMs like, yo, is this background color cool? Is this layout cool?
Like a photo shoot idea? Or
no, literally. Or like, should I do them vertically or horizontally? It'll be really small details, but she's like, we'll just be like, you could be the person to put the finishing touches on this. Like,
yeah, I'd be like, you know, sometimes my eye can't see certain things that she may, and whenever I bring to her, it's like you fulfill whatever I'm trying to.
And we see each other's vision well, so it's like another person could be like, well, I mean, it would be nice if it was a purple shirt. I didn't ask you if it should have been a purple shirt.
She knows what I'm trying to execute. So.
It's like, I asked you if it should be a button down or a polo. I already know I want a purple shirt. It goes with the look I have. Change the color of the shirt, but maybe I say, you can tuck the shirt out. And she's like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. We could keep the button up, but tuck it out. Like, you know, I use a lot of analogies. That is how I am. Of how we like help each other, gear each other.
That's how you can relate and understand. So
it doesn't work for some people. Yeah, they think that you're trying to take the story when you try to use analogies. There's like two types of people in the world. I read it somewhere. People that don't like analogies and think that it's like self-centered, and some people that really understand. But that is just how I like. Because sometimes I'll talk about things people don't understand, or it will be complex, or the way I talk about it doesn't really make sense. So I'll compare it to something that we are having common knowledge about.
I'm pretty much caught up on that just because I understand how you talk. Like, you're a very clear person, but you're big on communication, so I get it.
Yeah.
Bounce that out.
We both have literally been talking about our tattoos since like high school too.
It's like pieces too. Like we be making pieces. It's gotta be like a big deal, or it's not like, you know, nothing. But with these pieces gotta mean something, and they are spectacular and on point placement and all.
Because we've always had like intentional tattoos.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging anyone for having non-intentional tattoos. It's your body.
Do things with intent. That's what I was gonna say earlier when you said like you gotta do things with conviction or whatever.
That do things with intention. Yeah. And I've also just genuinely never been a mindless person, and I feel like that is why I'm able to manifest the things that I want into my life, because without even knowing what manifestation was growing up, and even like now I can probably learn more about it. I set my intentions when I do things. That's why when I ask for things and when I say I'm going to do things, I do them. I don't even need to sit down and keep looking at them, because I start putting in the hard work immediately. I say I want to start going to the gym, and I might not go that same day. I'm going to start incorporating things into my daily routine, like putting things in my way that I have to have no choice, because failure has never been an option to me. So like, that's why, again, I get the things that I want. And I'm intentional. Why I'm going to say I'm going to do it and then not do it. Like, words are vibration, and vibration casts over everything. Little do you know, including yourself. Like, the first person who hears what's out of your vocal cords is yourself. So, you know. Not saying it's obvious or anything. I'm just saying that's how I feel to myself.
Well, I want to say thank you for coming and talking with me.
Thanks for having me. This was fun. This is my first time in front of a camera talking to other people about myself.
This is my first time talking in front of the camera, in front of other people with somebody else. No, I'm lying. I did it before.
I did a podcast, and it was multiple people. About me, myself.
Like, interviewing somebody. Like,
yeah.
You know, on camera.
Like a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, one-on-one type
about.
Because eventually I want to do like multiple people, you know?
I think you're doing a great job, as always.
You think so? You know, we're, you know.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has to have a shitty point whenever we look back, so we can even see where we've grown. If we all started out perfect, then there would be no like growth curve. Our growth curve starts, it kind of goes like this.
But I feel like as it should, nothing is gonna go straight up. Like,
but see, some people's are more like this, the general average human being, and nothing is wrong with that. It's just slow and steady wins the race.
But
we're more like I can see how many ways this could have gone better, so I'm gonna do all of them at once for the next trial, so that it goes kind of up in steps like that. And because of that, I always trust that I'm doing well.
Though.
Yeah, it's good.
I appreciate that way. It's just my life. My life be like, ooh.
That's exactly what I thought when you said my life be like.
But thank you, and I'm proud of you and all your accomplishments and your growth, and can't wait to see what else you have in store.
No, literally same. We have not talked about our serial entrepreneurship line.
Before we end this video, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and keep tuning in for more content. This is not the last. I'm really trying to work. As you can see, I'm trying. A little setup.
Thanks for kicking it in the garage with us. You know what I'm saying? Something slight.
Yes, you already know. Make sure you follow Devon on Instagram.
Slides God. My creative directing page is Gawdtings. I do hair X Gawdtings, and sometimes I share the music that I listen to, which is Sounds God. All of them will be tagged as well. Twitter is Slides God too, if you want to get with that. TikTok is Gawdtings. I'm gonna just have all of them right here, but yeah. Tap in real quick before you do your own video about your serial entrepreneurship. All your businesses, like,
I need to do that.
But they're under construction, so I guess that might be why you don't want to post them.
I'm gonna explain my name in my next video.
Literally. Yes. This was fun. Later. Cheerio.
Cheerio. Guten Tag. No,
never
never mind.
Auf Wiedersehen.